We good?
Yeah, we got.
Word. What's good, y'all? Hope everybody's living well and staying blessed. It's your boy, Marks B. And as always, I'm here with the one and only Mr. Evan Simmons.
What's good?
Still trying to figure out this lighting thing.
Yeah.
Whatever. This is episode 11 of Holla At Yuh Boi. And today, me and Evan just sat down and talked about happenstance and the what ifs of lives and contemplating the thoughts that we made as a child that led us to where we're at right now, and how both exciting and terrifying those ideas are. As always, if you like what we are doing, make sure you like, follow, subscribe to the channel, all things social media. And again, reminder, we are now officially on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and Spotify, right?
Yep.
Yeah, those three. So if you're in the car and don't want to waste your battery, you could throw us on the podcast, so you don't have to just look at our mugs. You could just hear our voices, sweet voices. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy the episode. Peace. I like that.
Yeah.
What's going on, brother? How you living?
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Doing good. Had an off day today because I was doing sixth grade Zoom meetings, but yeah, it was.
Is that what it was for?
Yeah. We're doing all of our virtual.
You guys already started? I thought that was all supposed to be for next week.
No,
And, like, the week
no. We're
follows.
doing so since we didn't get to do the instrument screenings like live and in person.
Oh,
we're
so
figuring
just
it-
band sixth grade.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
They don't even know what class to put them in yet, so we're gonna. You
Sorry.
you just cracked everything just
I
now.
know. I felt the tension on my neck. I apologize to anybody that feels weird about sounds.
Hopefully,
That
I'll
was, okay, now I got good posture.
hopefully I'll turn that down.
Yeah, sorry about that. Continue.
Yeah. Well, it's just been it's hard not doing things the normal way.
Yeah.
Like that's the
I've been meaning to talk to you about how the sixth grade deal is going to go.
it's gonna be
Because, I mean, usually I'm a little bit in the dark as far as what my classroom's going to be. Well, like who's going to be. Because I did the auditions last year.
Right.
But I think a lot of the kids that I gave the thumbs up on either got thumbs up like across the board,
right.
or they didn't join band after all.
I see.
Because I don't remember, honestly, man, I don't think I remember anybody from that seventh grade class except for maybe one.
Like from the one that's gonna be like seventh grade now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, next year's only two of them.
Two of them are returning,
Two of them
yeah.
from the five that, or six that are moving up.
Six,
So
yeah,
yeah, it's gonna be interesting
to
seventh
say
grade
the
year.
least.
But yeah, it's gonna be. I'll tell you about someone that you'll be happy to have.
Word.
Tested at someone today, and it was like, cool. You work for percussion.
Dope.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
So, someone whose older brother is good. So
Last name? Oh, really?
yeah.
There's a younger one?
Yeah, there's a younger
There's
one.
another one?
Yeah, there's another one.
Dang.
So
Dude, I'm going to be so sad if he leaves me when he comes to the high school.
it's gonna be a bummer.
Ugh.
It's gonna be a little bit of a bummer.
I was thinking about that. I was having like this existential crisis.
Yeah.
Already having it about the like the senior class graduating and like who's gonna
yeah.
be there next year. Because I was like, I was just thinking about like, man, this is a weird year for everybody. To where it's like, we're doing our best to make everybody continue to progress.
Right.
But these freshmen are in a weird spot where we're doing our best to make sure that they learn things that they need to learn.
Yeah.
But it's not gonna be the same at the same capacity, and then it's gonna be even worse on
Right.
the middle school end of things. So it's just like,
Yeah. I mean, like everyone talked about how like these like
I gotta
this.
stop doing that. Like, I know, dude. It's such a bad habit.
Yeah, it's whatever. I did the same thing. I just do it right before. Like I did
Yeah.
the whole. But the sixth grade class from this year, that's gonna be a problem until they're seniors.
Yeah,
I
dude.
mean, really,
seriously.
that's how long it's gonna be. And if the kids that we put on instruments this year, if we didn't put them on the right instrument, there'd be a problem for them.
Yeah.
The effects of this thing are gonna be very long lasting. But so we'll fix it. We'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out as it goes.
Yeah, that's the plan at least. But
Well, let's get off this soapbox because
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get real depressing real quick.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
before we get into it, I got to give a few shout outs
Shout them out.
to all the homies that have been helping me make this happen. First and foremost, you, my friends. Like,
Yo.
much thanks to you. It's amazing that I found somebody that is both same wavelength
Sure. Yeah.
of like the way we think, the way we talk.
Yeah. We're able to actually talk. And
Yeah, there's a healthy banter between you and I.
Right. It's healthy. Somewhat.
Somewhat.
I'm kidding.
But then also that you know the things that I'm incapable of doing.
No.
Yeah, I'm so, God, man.
I mean, it's a thing that I like I told you, I think 2 episodes ago now. Like I like knowing about this stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's
And
been fun to-
don't get me wrong, I need to know stuff about this.
Right.
Like for front ensemble,
Oh yeah.
I still no idea. It's been how long I've been? I started learning about front ensemble, I think 4 years ago.
Right.
2 years before I had my first one, because I was like, man, I really don't know anything. And then like, I just been kicking it with my boy Junior, and him and Sahil and Miguel, like they would be helping me out.
Yeah.
But like,
Could you imagine having like your EQ game like on lock? You just show
bro,
up like.
I wish. That's what Sahil is like, man. Shout out him. If you want to talk about it, he's been the one that's been helping me. Like he was able to set my front ensemble up without being there. Yeah, because he was just like
Expertise, man.
he did everything, and he sent it to me. He was like, those are the files that we're gonna use. You just do this and this, and it plugs it into the board.
Drag and drop.
And I was like, you sure? that seems too simple.
Right.
And he did, and it worked. But okay, yeah. So shout out you for helping me make this happen.
Gracias.
I need to shout out Raymond Chaka. Raymond, REYMENN. Hit him up. He's the guy that did the logo.
Yeah.
And dude, he did it quick too, bro. I think I hit him up, and then I think he had it to me the same day. And we were just going back and forth. He was like, "Here's 3 ideas. Pick which one you want to go with." Then just like cycle through it. So shout him out if you ever need any artwork, graphic artwork, any dope anything.
Yeah.
Check him out. Also, is it on episode 9, 10?
This is 11.
This is 11. But
Yeah.
did you put the intro?
Yeah. 10. Yeah. 10. The intro's on there.
Dope. So shout out to my boy Eric Puente. He's just been over the quarantine. He took advantage of it, as some people did, of
Right.
getting to learn things.
Right.
So he got really into the production stuff, and he's been really into the like synth and modular
Doing modulars and stuff.
keyboard game.
It's a good time.
And I was just like, hey man, I like the things you're doing on Instagram. You want to make me an intro? He was like, sure, bud. And then, as is, life kind of got in the way. And plus, like, he was just doing it for funsies.
Yeah.
But now we finally have it. And you guys got to hear it before this one.
Yeah.
And it is just super funky. So shout out Eric Puente. And then the other dude in the backgrounds, quick shout out to my boy Jay Resto.
Yo.
For putting together the website. I'm pretty sure not a whole lot of people have been visiting it, but if you go to marcusbonilla.com, that's going to be the website for all things that I do. So eventually when I get into like the heavy writing game, if this blows up, what else do I want to do? Just writing, I guess, is the big thing.
Yeah.
He's the one that's running all that things. So shout out him. So shout out all the dudes helping me make this happen. It would not be possible without you guys. So much appreciated.
Makes life easy.
It does, man. I tell people you got to have guys. As corny as it is, I definitely took it from How I Met Your Mother. No shame. We still have to have our episode on the sitcoms. I just think we got to set a date for like those specific ones. That way we have like
we need to go ahead and like set a calendar of like all right, when are we doing the big ones?
Yeah, because those you gotta get the research done.
We'll keep teasing it out there.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. So maybe people will be interested in it. I think people. I think the ones between you and I think the video one is probably the most popped.
Yeah.
So, I guess we're saying something. Interesting.
Something, I guess.
But yeah. So which ones are those? We got.
Well, we had two was just us talking.
Sorry.
wait,
Yes.
wait,
I'm talking about the topics that we got to go over.
Oh,
So we did best movies.
Yeah.
Top 5. Just
mostly,
on the cuff.
yeah,
Off the cuff.
Yeah, we called it. Yeah,
On the cuff. Off the cuff.
just sitting there.
Movies that we dug.
On a cuff. Sorry.
And then we got to do top 5 worst.
Yeah.
We got to do top 5 comedy specials.
Right.
What else?
Oh, we got we just talked about it. Best sitcoms.
Yes.
Probably got to do restaurants.
Restaurants.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we haven't done one on food yet.
Yeah, we'll have to, because we both have seen like Ugly Delicious and like
God.
all those shows. Like, love me some good food.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Obviously. I'm pretty excited for Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Gonna make some fajitas, some barbecue chicken.
Oh boy.
What else did I get? Pork. Got some pork. Gonna get that. Also, you guys can't see him, but we got my boy Aaron. He's out here helping me teach the marching band percussion section.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of kicking it with us. Wasn't doing much, so he just, as me and Evan are sitting here talking, he's on the back side of the camera making sure that no technical difficulties ensue.
Yeah.
So shout out Aaron.
No technical difficulties.
But yeah, we need to set some calendar dates on those.
Yeah. Let's figure that out. One of these days.
We're on odd numbers, right?
It's 11 now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
You and I are on odd
Yes.
numbers.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what? 15?
Yeah.
Let's do one.
Yeah.
Which one do you want to do?
Do you want to do? We've been teasing it so much. Like, you want to do sitcoms?
Sitcoms.
Yeah.
I think it's time.
Yeah. We should bring on. You want to bring on B and Kelsey?
We can.
And just like we can have an Office, How I Met Your Mother, or Office, Scrubs, and Friends debate.
Yeah. Aaron, get your opinion. What do you think? Have you seen any of those 3 shows?
Like The Office?
Yeah. So Office, Scrubs, How I Met Your Mother.
I've only seen The Office.
Good man. Good man.
Bad man. You losing points, dog.
I mean, you need to be able to compare the other ones, but like, yeah, it's the best one.
It's not. Any show, and I stand by this statement, where you have to say you have to get past the first season.
Have you watched Scrubs 11 times? Because I've watched
I've watched Scrubs 11 times.
Alrighty then. Well,
now, see, this is the difference. And this is my argument.
are we really about to have this debate right now?
We're not going to have this debate right now. We're going to continue to tease it.
All right, yeah. It's gonna be heated.
Nobody that loves Scrubs acknowledges the last season.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is because they ended it. But it made so much money off that last season.
They were like,
ABC gave them fat stacks
let's do The Residents
to do it again. And they're like, well, we ended it.
Got no ideas.
so we're going to make this nonsense season. And it sucked. So we do not claim that. And also depending on who you're talking to. Because again, if those are the top 3, I still put New Girl above The Office.
I wonder if we should like rank those. Like rank like our top 10. Like amongst like the 3 of us. Like just rank them and like.
I'd have to do some research. I would have to just look at sitcoms.
Right.
But I mean, if we're doing like personal top 5, top 10, Office ain't coming on it.
You know what show I forgot about that was like really influential to me? Home Improvement.
Yo,
dude,
for real.
I didn't realize how much I wanted to be Wilson until like I like grew up and saw that. I was like, oh, I just wanted to be Wilson my entire life.
Yeah.
Just a wise like old man
that chills behind the fence.
Yeah.
And that and George Lopez.
Oh, dude.
People crap on that one for no reason.
Well, because it was, it was George Lopez just like kind of indulging himself in the
that's fair
in the
but
culture.
I mean, that's what,
but it was fun though. Like
that's
it was
what
fun.
all those shows were, man.
Right. Because
that's not who Tim Allen actually is.
Right.
He was just playing it up as the white guy next door neighbor.
Yeah.
That builds stuff. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I that's fair. Let's aim for 15.
Yeah. We'll do either a ranking or a debate or
15. What does that put? What date is that?
I don't know.
Get that out.
It's like
So
August.
this is 11.
It's in August, I think. Well, no, is that in August? No.
So this is 11. The 12th would be 12. Nice.
12 would be 12. Okay.
Yeah. 13, 15. Yeah, the 26th.
26. Okay, cool.
So we have a month, basically.
To kind of get your points.
Get
in
our
line.
notes.
Get our points in line.
All right. That would be the first one. And then we'll do something on. Or would we be 20? No, we wouldn't be 20.
19.
No, we'd be 19. That's kind of weird.
To do a big thing on. I guess we'd have to do all the fives. Will be big ones for us.
But then 20 would.
Or no, not fives. Every 5, 15, 25.
Yeah. That's fair.
35.
Maybe. I don't know.
Or maybe
That could just also be a different segment. We just get
Sure.
I think. Yeah, Jacob is in line with us.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just have debate club.
Yeah.
And then also we're gonna. I think we asked Jacob. We asked Jacob to be on Sunday, right? Did we talk to him?
I didn't talk to him.
We should text him.
Yeah.
I think I did because the last time we had dinner, I was like, "Hey, man, do you want to do it next time?"
We'll find out Friday, I guess.
Word.
Yeah.
Anywho, okay. So, well, that being said, as far as influential goes, we were talking about this idea earlier with me and the homies about happenstance.
Yeah.
And like how, like the choices you made, may they have been simple at that point in time,
Right.
have kind of shaped where you're at right now.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize it until I said it out loud. But the last 15 years of my life has been based off a decision I made off of a crappy Nick Cannon movie. That's weird.
Literally off of
Literally off a Drumline.
Yeah.
I credit nowhere else but Drumline. But yeah, that's weird.
It's a weird thing. Like I think there's like these points in our lives. I mean, and I think like if you like looking at like time travel stuff, they usually call them like nexus points.
Yeah.
Or, like points of like critical decision where, we made a choice and that affected the way the rest of our life like happened. Now, granted, like if you ate eggs one day instead of cereal, I don't think it's gonna completely screw up your life. But like the decisions we made as kids, or even as adults. I mean, like I remember in college, the first like serious teaching gig I got was my friend Ben. He got contacted for a job and was like, "Well, I'm working over here, but I have another guy for you." And then they contacted me. Yeah. And then I wound up teaching there for 3 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That was
Liberty High School,
Liberty
Frisco.
High School, yeah.
Yeah, and that was like off of like, someone was like, "Hey,
someone else
I know a guy."
Getting an opportunity.
Yeah.
And then them giving the opportunity to you.
And that's how I like found out I actually wanted to teach.
Yeah.
Because I didn't when I was getting into college, my plan was to be a saxophone professor. I was like,
oh, really?
Yeah, I did not want to do band directing.
Were you going to do the ed to performance thing?
Yeah. Yeah. I was going to do ed.
Excuse me.
And then sadly, it was like a kind of a thing for me and my parents to be like, "All right, I'm going to do music, but I'm going to do the safe route."
That's fair.
I'm going to do ed and just kind of I was good enough at saxophone. I was like, let me just do ed and just get through an education degree, just in case the whole performance thing didn't fall.
I mean, it's I shout out to the dudes that are just like gung ho performance.
Oh yeah.
But to me, like it always made like you can be a performer with an education degree.
Oh yeah, I mean that's my big thing. Whenever people talk about being a music education major, like I always say, if you're an education major, you're really like 5 majors, because you have to be a good performer.
Yeah.
You got to be an educator.
Yeah.
Got to be a conductor.
Oh yeah.
You got to be a not necessarily like a theorist, but you have to be able to understand theory at a pedagogical level to where you can teach it. And like if you're also doing like jazz stuff, like you got to do jazz stuff.
That's fair.
There's a whole like realm of stuff to do. So if you're doing education, it's
I've thought about that.
It's a lot.
It is a lot. We do a lot.
I mean, we talked about like there's a like. Could you imagine if we got like a production class?
That's
like
fair.
like it's just the amount of things that go into an education degree. But like I digress. Um, but yeah, that decision, like, being a performance major was like, I was pretty gung ho on it for a while, and then I actually like got out teaching. I was like, oh, teaching's kind of cool.
Yeah, man. No, I feel that. I mean, I was in the same boat. I mean, I went to school to Texas State with intentions of being an SRT major.
Okay.
Sound recording technology. This stuff.
Yeah.
The hope was that like
yeah.
I would be taught this and then
Yeah.
actually be smart and be able to figure it out.
Right.
But then similarly, I was at Texas State drum camp, not the high school one, but just like the actual Texas State drumline drum camp. Summer band, yeah. And this dude that was teaching the front ensemble, Jordan Garza, shout out, over at McNeil now. His dude couldn't do his drum camp, and we just kind of got to chatting. And again, I wasn't a music major at this time. I had auditioned 3 times by then.
Oof.
Yeah, and still haven't made it into the School of Music. But for whatever reason, Jordan just like,
all right,
trusted me enough. And when he said to come out and teach for him, I thought I was gonna be like his tech.
Yeah.
So like he'd be teaching battery, and then I'd just kind of be like, hey man, like watch that entrance.
Yeah.
Like that's what I thought I was signing up for. So
right.
And this was back when he was at Alamo Heights, in San Antonio. So I was, it was down the block for me. So I was like, yeah, dude, like I got you. Down the block meaning like 25 minutes because San Antonio. And then I roll up and he's like, word, you ever read a score before?
Oh.
No.
Oh no.
Cool. Well, here's the score. Here's the drum packet. They know the entire warm up packet already, so you just gotta clean that, and then like tomorrow we'll start on show beats. Lunch is at noon. Good luck.
Hey, at least you know when lunch was. Like, at least he went ahead and told you, like, hey.
That's fair. Yeah, he told me that much.
Eventually, you get to stop panicking at noon.
Yeah, and he was just like, go, and I was like, what?
Well,
and I started the med on 8s, and I still didn't they were warming up, and I was like, what are they playing? I need to practice this stuff. Okay, and then here we are.
Whole different world.
Wild, how that happened, and that was only because I done front ensemble that year. That was the first time I did front ensemble since my freshman year of high school. Had I been on a bass drum like I had intended, who knows? That's wild.
See, it's so, like, I think there's something about, I think as kids, a lot of people kind of don't look at their decisions.
Yeah.
When they're kids and just be like, I'm a child. It doesn't, like, nah, that stuff kind of matters. Like
it really does, man.
Like, not to be like a bummer about it, but it's like, especially when I see kids that like take their decisions they make and kind of like choose poorly.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I know it's not like a big deal
tough,
right
man.
now,
Yeah.
but like, it's gonna be a big deal when like it could be. That's how life goes. I think that's how you learn, though, is you make those decisions, and if they're bad, they're bad.
Yeah.
If they're good,
I think that's the goal of any educator, to some extent, is to be like, and I said this to my students before, like my first year, I was like, yo, like the whole goal is that I've stepped in a bunch of potholes throughout my time, and my goal as an educator is just to make sure you step in less than I did.
Right.
Whether or not you listen to me and avoid the holes that I'm talking about is up to you, but I'm gonna tell you about them.
Yeah, it's like there's a clear like ladder to success. But
Yeah.
It's like, if you don't want to take the next
fine.
step, then I mean that's all you, B. Like,
Yeah, man. It is what it is.
like, what are you gonna do? Like, tell them like, no, you have to. No, there's no. They're people.
You
like,
really don't have to do anything.
You really don't.
You really don't.
Trust me.
That's a weird realization.
Yeah.
You ever thought about that, Aaron? And also, dog, if at any point in time is it set up?
Yeah. All you have to
so
do is turn up 3
Yeah, on the board.
on the
So you see the fader?
You just turn up 3 like a bunch, and then talk into that mic over there if you ever
feel so inclined to chime in, or you could just sit there the entire time. Completely up to you, big dog.
Whatever works. Man.
If we ever say something and you feel like you have some life-changing advice, by all means. Or if you just want to laugh at a fart joke, also 100% acceptable.
Yeah, we usually have a producer on these episodes. It's nice.
Yeah, it's nice, right? It's so convenient having you over there.
Yes, I'm sure of it.
Also, if we ever need you to like look something up, use the desktop.
Yeah, my well, I wonder if the new version of GarageBand will.
Yeah, just safe to.
Yeah.
Plus, big screen, we could see the things. Right? I paid a lot of money for that damn screen. I'm trying to use it as much as possible.
I saw the new iMac. I was like, ooh.
Oof. How much is it?
17. Oh, no, it's a 1800. Yeah. I was like, well, I'll trade in my laptop but I need that laptop.
That hurts my body, but then I think about the fact that I spent $1,200 on that computer.
See, $600 more bucks, and you got a whole.
Got an iMac.
Got an iMac 27-inch. She big too.
That's 27 inches right there.
Yeah.
Damn. I don't know.
Choices.
That's another $600. That's $600 alone. Not that big of a deal for a new piece of equipment, but $600 on top of $1,200.
Yeah.
That's a difference.
Yeah. What are we talking about?
But yeah, the choices that you make.
Yeah.
Man, it's weird how you saying it, and this is also something I would tell a lot of the kids at Texas State. I don't turn down gigs.
Oh yeah.
Never turn down a gig.
Yeah, because you don't know. I mean, my big thing, like I heard this from someone said this. It was some saxophone player. They said always be there.
Yeah.
Wherever it's happening. Oh, it was Professor Lely at North Texas, the saxophone professor. He said always be there. Wherever it's happening, be there. You never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You never know if someone's gonna be like, "Hey, come take a solo."
Exactly.
And they hear you play, and they're like, "Cool."
But
I need to.
With that being said, you got to know your stuff.
Also, be ready to be there.
Be prepared. Yeah. What is it? The quote? Opportunity is at the intersection of preparation and
luck or something like that.
No, what is it?
You
know what quote I'm looking for, right?
My friend Cuddy used to always say this. Opportunity is the sort of preparation and.
Can you look that up? Thanks, Doug.
Yeah.
Just look up like quote opportunities at the intersection, and should pull something up.
Luck and something else, and I can't.
Is it luck?
I think it's luck.
Is it luck and
is it
luck and preparation?
Yeah, luck and preparation. I think it's luck and preparation.
That makes sense. That doesn't feel as cool as I remember being though.
Or is it like no? Luck is where. Is it the no?
No, that doesn't make sense.
No. No, preparation meets opportunity. Yeah, that is what it's. Luck is at the intersection.
I don't think it's luck.
Something is at the intersection of preparation and opportunity, because you have like the chance to do it and the
ability to do it.
Yeah. What is that?
Look up that at the intersection of opportunity and what?
Opportunity and
preparation.
Preparation. I can't remember.
Any luck? Found it.
Yeah.
Go. You're gonna have to push it up a little bit more. That mic's a little.
Yeah, that mic doesn't get too hot.
Yeah, a little too much. Right there. That'll work.
So it says, opportunity lives at the intersection of what people need tomorrow and can be just barely built today.
That's not the one we're looking for. I like that one.
There's a different one. I can't remember it all. We're
gonna continue the conversation, but
if you want to keep
keep looking it through.
Something about opportunity and preparation. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways,
I mean, well, here's a question for you. Like, was there any decision you made well, there's plenty like you could regret. But is there like an opportunity you think you missed because you were like, don't know about that?
Well, I don't have regrets. I do, like, I meditate
Right.
enough on to like avoid like having regrets on stuff. But I think missed opportunity would definitely be drum corps. I think, and not even just where it's like I don't feel the need that I needed it.
Yeah.
But just having that experience.
Yeah, that's a whole different.
Just a whole different world.
Right.
And I think I am mentally very suited for that world.
Right.
Where it's like, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
You don't have an option. You wake up, you eat, you play,
Yeah.
you eat, you play, you eat, you play, you go to bed. Like,
Right.
that's what my person is built for. And I think,
Ooh, spicy.
And I think that's definitely something that I missed.
Yeah, that would
out on.
have been a because back in I've told you this, like back in like 2016.
Yeah.
I was helping out with the souvenir stand with Blue Knights.
Yeah.
And kind of helping them out a little bit, and like just being on the road for that season was like, man, I really should be like
doing something with it.
My big thing with like drum corps is like I didn't, because I was so focused on the saxophone thing.
Yeah.
That whenever I first got to college and everyone was like, drum corps, do drum corps, do drum corps. Everyone was saying just learn euphonium and just like learn marching baritone and then like get out there.
Yeah.
But my big thing was like I was already a drum major in high school, and I was so focused on saxophone. I was like I didn't want to ruin my saxophone embouchure, which is a whole other thing. But so that's why I didn't learn euphonium until like I was a senior in college.
Yeah.
I was like, man,
it's a pretty solid missed opportunity. Just like, again, but that's what gets dicey. It's like you miss that opportunity with good intention,
right?
Because you're like, I need to be good at saxophone.
Right.
If I do this other thing, I might lose some ability on my saxophone.
And see that it makes me like question like you have all these opportunities and like missed opportunities and stuff like that. Well, the question is, if they were really that important, would you have missed it? Like,
true, yeah.
Because I mean, like the thing is, like now, I think this was what like having no regrets like kind of gets into.
Yeah, no, for
like,
sure.
If I'm still alive, like I'm still like living and
you're
like,
fine.
I have a job
healthy.
and I'm doing fine. I'm got a nice place and stuff like that. That is like that's more important than like what if I did drum corps 4 years ago? Like,
no, that's true.
Yeah,
that's very true.
Who cares?
Think you found it?
I think the words are just mixed up, but it says luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Were
Yeah.
right. Oh, I think it's because I was saying intersection is why I was like,
Right.
luck doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
So, but say it again.
Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity.
Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity.
Because when someone's lucky, they weren't really lucky. They just like they got the opportunity.
Yeah, they happen. I think the luck is the right place, right time.
Right.
But you did something to give yourself the opportunity to be there at the right place and right time, and then you got to not suck.
Right. Because
when you're there,
the thing is, everyone but wants to like kind of like Harry Potter it, and like that's my favorite thing about the movies that I've like seen like only parts of. Is that Harry Potter just kind of like falls through his whole journey. He never really
actually, okay, I get what you're saying.
He never really works super hard, or like even like Neo in the Matrix.
They're just chosen.
Yeah, kind of chosen. Like that's the typical Luke Skywalker in Star Wars. I mean, he did a little bit of prep, but like
he did prep afterwards.
Yeah.
But
Also, I'm sorry for on the movie episode. I was wearing a Star Wars shirt.
Yeah.
And didn't mention Star Wars.
I forgot what thing I messed up on. I mean, we both forgot the Forbidden Kingdom.
We're gonna forget. Yeah, we forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is why we set a date for it,
right?
So that way those holes don't happen.
Exactly. We can like prepare and like, get our minds right.
Yeah, and we almost dude, we did this movie one, right? we almost forgot the Lion King.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
A little bit scary.
I'm gonna get a tattoo of Rafiki on my body, and I almost forgot to mention Lion King.
That was a very sad day.
Very sad day.
It was very not opportune.
That's why you prepared.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, like I think that's a big thing of like, you know, not having regrets is just looking at your life now and being like, okay, well, I'm still here
Still
and
here,
I've
still
gotten
fine.
to this point.
Nothing. I didn't not lose anything.
Right.
Would I have gained something? Yes. Would gaining that falter something else that I've gained? Maybe. You know, it's hard to tell. But yeah.
I mean, like, the thing is, if you could, like, I mean, like, let's go through, like, the series of, like, all right, Marcus Bonilla, like, makes a drum corps, does drum corps, gets a different teching job, gets a different teaching job, and now you're, like, suffering somewhere, like, just teaching drums all day and can't do a podcast, can't do, like, you know.
Yeah, maybe I do drum corps for a couple of years, and then I get that job in San Antonio. No, maybe not even San Antonio. Maybe I get super tight with the homies out in Houston.
Yeah.
I go out in Houston, and Houston's super dope. Like, shout out to the food scene. Definitely got to mention Houston. On
yeah,
food.
I need to
food
go out
show.
there and eat
Dude,
some vacation crawfish and all that stuff.
It's
Like,
so good. I went there last spring break. I told you about that, right?
Yeah,
You were in
yeah.
LA.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, you know, Houston's super dope, but then I'm nowhere near close enough to do Violet Crown.
Right.
And then I don't teach these kids that are helping me teach right now.
Right.
And then I don't do the whole Ohio thing. But then you get into the other side of things where I talk with Greg and Justin about all the heartbreak that came with doing those things too. It's just this weird.
Yeah.
And I think because I'm able to not have those regrets because I acknowledge both sides of things so often.
Those experiences you had are more, like, right now, they're more, like, valuable to you than, like, some other thing.
Yeah.
Like,
again, drum corps would have been super dope. And you know, that's just one that we both kind of,
right,
like, fall on.
Right.
I'm sure there's some other things that I probably could talk about as well, but, you know, drum corps is easy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think I make it a point to feel as if I didn't miss anything.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like, to me, kind of going back to, like, our topic of, like, you know, the points in life that we, like, make choices that are happenstance. To me, all those decisions we made back then are, I don't know. To me, those are really precious moments.
Yeah.
That I look back on. Like, I think when I'm like 80, and I'm like sitting in my chair, I'm like, you know what? I'm glad I didn't quit band that day.
Yeah.
Because like I told you, like, my first like 2 days of band camp, I was like,
you've mentioned it in passing, but we haven't talked too much about it.
Well, yeah, so literally, like, my first, like, because I was brand new to Allen, Texas.
Yep.
There's literally a picture of me. On the first day of band camp, they, like, fed us pizza.
Nice.
Literally a picture.
Solid way to keep kids in band.
So good. That pizza was the best pizza ever. Also because I was alone. And there's literally a picture of me. The band photographer took a picture of me sitting on the curb, in my, like, I had this, like, white Adidas shirt on, and these pants and my crappy shoes, and took a picture of me sitting out there with a piece of pizza, just like
all dead inside.
Just it was so hot, and I was just, like, suffering.
Yeah.
And I went through 2 days of that and was like, I don't think I can do this anymore.
Yeah.
And I almost quit band, like, freshman year. I was done with it. And then luckily I had some people, the senior drum major, who wound up being my big and Fight Me Alpha and stuff, and
nice.
All that stuff. He was like, hey, you're doing good on marching stuff. I was like, I am.
Yo, word.
Yeah, like, I mean, and I also had some friends that they just kind of like, hey, even though we ended up not even being, like, friends all the way through high school.
Yeah.
Just that first day of, like, sitting in the band hall and them just being like, hey, come over here.
Yeah.
And, like, I could have, you know, in that moment Could have said, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like,
it's weird how that happens, man.
could you imagine? Like, those, like
Yeah.
I think it's those like choices that we made that are so important that like push us like into new those like moments of happenstance of like, what if I was sitting 20 feet over, and like, you know, it's those
What
choices.
if
we
you
make.
were one kid back in line? What if you were
Dude?
showed up on a different day? You missed the first day.
See, to me, that's worse than a regret.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know what to call
Is that a
those.
regret though?
I-
The thinking about, and this is where I get, because there's one specific one that I always think about is like the decision I made to pursue music over dance.
Okay.
And my thought process was, I'm more naturally talented at dance, but I'm more formally trained in music.
Okay.
That was my thought process. But then I get to Texas State, and surprise, I'm not formally trained at music at all. So then it's like, is this the right choice?
Right.
And then I eat it on the second audition. I'm like, should I just go? Like, because Texas State has a solid dance program.
So you're like,
I was should I just go do dance?
Right.
Is it even worth being at college anymore? And I think that's the closest thing I have to a regret.
Okay.
But even then, I don't consider that a regret because I'm happy with where my life is. I'm glad all the choices that I made has led me to where I'm at right now.
Well, yeah, like,
But,
that's why I don't think it's a regret. I think it's like it's almost like a what if.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if like what ifs are if like, you know, the multiverse theory and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Of like, you know, what if you did like, because, you know, multiverse theory says like there's a Marcus Bonilla that went out and did dance instead.
Yeah, there is for
And,
sure, and I'm curious to see what.
I'm curious to see, but at the same time I'm like, do I really want to see that? Do I really want to see like if Evan tried like on his second Crossman audition instead of just going for?
Well, do you have like a what if that's as aggressive as mine, where it's like, as opposed to like the Crossman audition, but like like completely different lifestyle change.
I guess the biggest one, besides like, you know, staying in band, my freshman year, probably there's a lot of them, because I tend to think about like the possibilities of life and
Always
how, like, you know, I got a million things to practice right now. We all do.
Yeah.
We all have a million things to practice all the time. Like, have you practiced all your scales? And I mean, all of them.
I haven't touched my minor scales in so long.
Oh, I'll do a scale rant one of these days. That's not good content.
It might be.
Nah, man.
Who knows,
no one wants
man?
to hear me talk about 1, 2, 3, 5 and all the permutations of that. And it's gonna get crazy. But I guess the
Crazy.
theory is insane. But I guess the biggest what if I have is if I was talking with my friend Brittany Hansen about this senior year of high school. She was trying. We were trying to talk each other about. I asked her about should I choose music or should I choose pre-law, pre-med?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And, you know, I was gonna do music because that's what I actually cared about.
Yeah.
Like, and the whole pre-law, pre-med thing was, I'm a smart guy, job.
Yeah. Save money.
I would
Easy money.
Can you like? I would be dead in the water right now if I was sitting at some desk just like filling out dossiers and like reading briefings and oh my god, I would.
Well, shoot, we'd be on year 3 after your undergrad. If you're doing law, this would be your first year.
Yeah.
If you're doing med, this would be your last year of school.
Right.
Before you go do your residency. Ugh. God.
Like, I'd still be in school right now just hating like life and just not like the amount of like. Now, I mean, granted, like, I think, you know, people eventually like find purpose in what they're doing.
Yeah, for sure. Well, hopefully.
Hopefully.
I don't think everybody is as
intentional with what they're doing?
Not intentional. Lucky.
Yeah.
With finding something that they kind of care about and they're able to find a purpose in it.
Yeah, where there's because I think there's definitely that opportunity for jobs that are just like it's a job.
Yeah.
So like it's one of those things that people work for. They work for the weekend. I'm like no, like I like my work. So
I enjoy my work. That's such a weird thought. Work for the weekend, man. Like,
could you imagine just being like, "Whew, Friday at 5, done with."
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, I'm not.
I hate that.
I'm not prepared for that. I'm glad I don't have to think that way. Of like, I'm done at 5 o'clock. This is when I'm leaving. Like to me, there's no. But yeah, like, if I had chosen pre-law, pre-med, just because that was like especially like where I was from, like that was kind of like you're smart, you go pre-law, pre-med, like just do become a lawyer or a doctor because that's the only jobs we know about when we're kids.
Firefighter.
I literally had a Harvard shirt when I was like in middle school.
Oh my god!
It was a Harvard sweatshirt. I was like,
of course
I'm gonna go to Harvard.
Freaking nerd.
Did I know of another school besides Harvard?
God, no.
No.
You barely even knew what Harvard was. Somebody just said it was a college.
Like literally, it was on like a movie. I was like, oh, Harvard's the school. Harvard or Penn State. I was like,
nice.
Didn't even know anything about.
It's weird, those cultural influences.
Yeah.
On what it is you should do. Like, was there like a stock life plan for kids out in your part of San Antonio? Or is it just kind of sporadic? Like a lot of my people are nurses.
Yeah.
Or RNAs.
Yeah.
Yeah, nurse assistant.
Yeah, I mean, there's that. Who's that comedian? Is Joe Coy?
Joe Coy.
Yeah.
Every Filipino.
Yeah, every Filipino is a nurse. Like that's so like. I mean, that's so true that like I think culture can really influence like how you see work.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of the kids that we teach, a lot of them see work as like kind of that 9 to 5 thing.
Yeah.
That's what their families do.
Yeah. And not to knock on them again. Like somebody has to do that.
Someone has to like.
Someone has to run the business office.
Right.
And some people are just like mad good at sending out those emails and typing and the staring at the screen doesn't bog them down. They're just like, all right, man, this is what I'm doing.
Getting this done.
I'm gonna take this file, I'm gonna put it over here, and like crazy. Like I have the OCD to organize a cabinet.
Yeah.
But I don't have the attention like span to like actually do that every single day. Like that's just it's weird how that's there's that separatism of like I have the skill to do it, but I could not imagine myself doing it.
Yeah, I mean like it's one of those things I always like. It's one of those like what ifs. If I had like chosen like another career, or like what if we had chosen like hey, you're gonna be I always go to the office and go like I'm gonna be a paper salesman. Like, could you imagine like selling paper right now? Like,
that sounds awful.
I would be like, I mean, first of all, I hate selling things, which is kind of bad for being a band director.
That dude, you want to talk about? Oh my God, that's something that we should have covered on the things they don't teach you. Things they can't teach you is how to be a salesman. God bless.
Yeah, you gotta have that salesmanship. Like,
I'm terrible at it.
I have no idea how to sell. Well, I mean, you did the whole like bartending thing. You're able to be like, but that's drunk people.
I'm good if you're interested in it.
Right.
I could sell you things if that's what you want. But like, I don't have that used car salesman.
Right.
Trait. My boy Austin Roseman. Shout out him. Oh my God.
He can sell a dead door.
I mean this in the best way. He could sell the crap out of any used car to any person. You have 3 cars, he could sell you a 1996 Honda.
He's gonna give me to this baby.
Yeah, dude. And he will mean it. That's the thing. It's like, this baby will do
right
everything you need.
See, that makes me more like wonder about that whole thing of like Well, no, I don't even say the whole salesman thing of like, is that like a? I feel like that's a trait people have.
That's a natural born.
Because like I'm such a realist that I'm like, this thing is a piece of crap. I'm not gonna sell it to you.
I feel bad. I'm gonna tell you, like, hey, it's a solid car. It's probably gonna break down on you. You'll get a couple months out of it.
I'm not giving you a deal on this. You can go get a better deal around the corner. Like,
yeah, like I don't.
Like I feel like in a past life I would have been the guy who invented not a past life because this thing was invented after I was born, but you know that app Honey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that like coupon thing. I feel like I would have invented that, being like, hey, you don't have to pay so much for that. Here's a coupon.
It's over here. Don't buy it off of Amazon. Buy it off of this guy.
Seriously. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's that whole thing of like I don't like being dishonest people.
Yeah.
I have such a.
But that's the thing. I think that's the difference. Like, there's people that have figured out how to be a used car salesman. Then there's people that are like legit. Because my boy Brosman, he like, he's not gonna lie to you, but he'll tell you there's 3 wheels, but he'll still make you want to buy it.
He'll make it sound like the best 3 wheels that you're gonna buy.
As opposed to the guy where it's like he puts like a paper wheel. On it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think there's that different levels of those, like,
right.
Again, just to use this used car salesman analogy, like, there's the genuine and disingenuine.
Right.
And yeah, I'm too much of I have too much empathy to be a disingenuine.
Yeah.
Car salesman, and I'm again too much of a realist to be a genuine one, where it's just like, it's a good car.
It's like it's
nice.
It's a good, like, yeah. It's. I mean, what I mean, like, I kind of expect from you, like, with liking cars, you like can tell them about it and stuff like that.
No, I could tell you everything that's. I could be, like, if I was a car salesman, I could be the specialized.
Okay.
One, like, I'm looking for a 1965 Mustang Fastback.
I see.
Word. I can find you that, and I can
find you the exact.
I can do that for you. Or like you come up to me with a model car and like, I want this. I could find that, but yeah, just where it's like,
if someone says, "Which Subaru should I buy?"
I don't know, man.
They're all kind of the same.
they're nice. The engines are good, and
it's gonna last you a while, I guess.
It's not gonna break down on you too much. It doesn't really matter. Are you gonna soup it up? Okay, then don't get the WRX.
All right.
That's all I got for you.
Like, it's so,
are you gonna go to a rally car? Yeah, don't get the WRX then.
So thank goodness we did not decide
Seriously.
to go ahead and sell stuff, because that would have been a poor choice.
Poor choice.
Definitely.
But like I said, I can't sell things. I could sell people beer, and I'm allergic to it. That was probably my biggest skill when I was bartending at the last place I was at. We had like a wall of like 25 beers.
Yeah.
I don't know how I figured out.
You haven't had a single one of them.
Hadn't had a single one of them, man. But like, I just had enough homies come in, and they would be the ones trying it, and I learned how to ask the questions to them. So then when a random homie came through, and they'd be like, "I'm trying a new beer," I'm like, "Well, what do you like?" IPAs. Okay, what type of IPAs you like? Give me the brand you like. All right, well, these 3 are kind of like that. Which one do you want? Like, that's how I figured out how to sell beer to people without being able to do it. Yeah, but like, it's so weird. Like, I had that interest in it.
Yeah, I don't. There's nothing that I'm like. I couldn't, like, besides like reeds. I could, like, besides reeds, I couldn't like sell you on anything and be like, this is the greatest like trumpet mouthpiece you'll ever try. This is the best. Like, look at this, the cup. It's the best cup. Like,
you see this lathe? The lathe is so smooth. It's so smooth. Like,
look at this premium design. I don't care. It
doesn't sound
good. Does it sound good? Like, but yeah, thank goodness we didn't make that choice to be a salesman, because that would have been.
I couldn't do it, man.
Yeah, that would have been horrible.
But yeah, any other, like, that's weird. I couldn't imagine you as
no.
Like, could you imagine me as like also the problem with what I was thinking about is like, I don't think I'd be allowed to be a dance director, like a high school one. Like, have you ever seen a male dance director?
No.
Aaron, have you? No, right? That'd be kind of weird.
Well, it's because not inherently. I don't know what the word is. Typically, it's a female dance team or whatever. Because not many places have like dance classes. I don't think. At least at Allen, I don't remember Allen having like a dance class.
Really?
Besides Talonette, so yeah, it was all just.
That's weird. You would think.
I don't know.
Maybe. Well, I'm sure they did to some extent. Like everybody,
they probably had something.
I mean, the dance director has to fill up her schedule somehow.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, like, I don't know if that'd be an option for me. So then I have to be a performer.
Right.
Which would be dope. But, and then, so I get my degree, 4 years. I go perform for the past 3 years. And then, boom, we get here.
Yeah.
What am I doing with my life now? Like, that would have been rough.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'd still be sitting behind it, or I'd get behind my first desk and be sitting and filling out legal documents for
people suing other people for not wearing masks.
God. See, that would be the hardest part is because I think like as you start being a lawyer, you start at the bottom of the pile.
Yeah.
And you kind of started that like, really, we're working on this.
This petty case.
Like this petty case of like, he looked at me funny and I punched him. I don't care. I really don't care. Like,
man. And you got to go like represent them, and as if you did.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to the lawyers. Shout out to the good lawyers. There's a lot of bad lawyers out there. That's a problem.
They're like, that's such a hard job and hard to do it right and hard to be like impartial and I don't know if I ever could have made it through that. I probably could have made it as a doctor. Not to brag.
Not me, dog.
Like that would have been.
It's too important of a job.
No, I wouldn't be like a surgeon or anything like that.
Nah, I don't care, bro.
I go strictly like general practitioner, have my own private practice.
Nope, still too important.
I just write slips.
At some level, you're making sure someone doesn't die.
Yeah, because if you're the doctor who says, it looks fine.
Yeah, and then they lose a leg.
It's an abscess like in their throat. Like, oh no.
Yeah.
Your throat looks fine to me. Right.
That's terrible.
I thought it blew out for a second.
No, that's good. That's good. I think we fixed it. I think it had to do with the fact that we were leaving the cords plugged in.
Yeah. Probably just got like not overheated, but like
something going on. I don't know. Something science.
But yeah, man, the choices we make, they're powerful. Do you have any more?
I'm trying to think. Like I said, the dance one was always the big what if in my life.
Yeah.
Or just the choice of going to college has always been weird. Like I told you before, I was
that wasn't your first choice.
No, bro. I didn't plan to go to college until senior year, and like halfway through senior year, I was just doing this. So I was in a college prep course. Shout out Avid. I don't remember what the acronym was, but it's something advancing something. I don't know. Whatever.
Because we had one too in Garland. I can't remember.
But
academic something.
What does the V stand for? Vocation? No.
Can you look up the Avid thing?
Thanks, Doug.
It's nice being able to do that.
But yeah, like the assignments we're doing, like SAT prep, signing up for the SAT, doing the college applications, doing college essays. So like I was doing them because they told me to, and I was like, yeah, okay, like I'll put effort forth because
right.
I'm not gonna do something half-assed.
Yeah,
but,
right.
Like there was the intention wasn't to do it.
College was my only choice. Like I think like there was no because there wasn't really any job. Well, first of all, I didn't really have a plan for a job until I actually got to college. It was just like the next step was but you at least like knew about like the military and like other options
Yeah,
and stuff like that. Like, you know.
no, not another option. It was just like I knew where the recruiter office was.
Right.
You go in, you sign your papers, they give you a date, you
I
ship out.
know how any of that stuff worked. I was
Yeah.
like,
The only reason why I knew how it worked is because my dad was a recruiter. But
Ah.
yeah, so just kind of ran in the family. Like I'm the only. I gotta double check, but I could have sworn my mom had said that she had done something with the Air Force. Yeah, double check on that. But nonetheless, like everybody in my family did the military at some point in their life, and I'm like the first person not to. It's kind of weird. It's this weird sense of like
another one of those what ifs.
what ifs, but like I guess that's maybe a regret.
Yeah.
It's like a disservice. Like I feel like
Maybe like a dissatisfaction.
a dissatisfaction. Yeah.
That's a good way to put it. Dissatisfaction. Yeah, like a thing you could have done, but
Because again, I think I'm meant to be military, like physically and mentally. Like that's what I'm more inclined to do.
also I didn't realize David Goggins is like ridiculous. I didn't realize he like completed SEAL training, Army Ranger School, and what else was it? Navy something. The Air Force. Was it the diver training?
Yeah, diver training.
Yeah, he completed all.
Yeah, he went to Buds 3 times.
Like,
through Buds 3 times.
Only person.
Only
Like,
person.
that's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Shout out David Goggins.
Yeah, man.
You know about Goggins? Look up Goggins.
Yeah.
Dude, on your own personal time, like,
Oh, okay.
do yourself a favor. Like,
And just understand that you're not working hard enough.
you're not working hard enough.
None of us
Nobody
are.
is. Nobody is. And I think he's a large part in why I am the way I am, and just kind of constantly dissatisfied with everything that I do and everything that I teach.
Like, this isn't the full extent of.
This isn't the full extent of what you do. You ever heard anybody say like people quit at 40%? Yeah, that's Goggins. That was his like deal. It's like, no, you're not tired. You just think you're tired. Just do it.
Yeah.
You'll be all right. Or you'll break your feet, and then just keep doing it. Cause don't be a weenie.
Just keep pushing through it.
Yeah, he did. He did a 100-mile race in like 18 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't fully.
And he was like 250, like
Right.
just stacked muscles. And he did it in 18 hours, like broke like a bunch of bones in his feet, messed his shins up. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
So gang, shout out Goggins.
ridiculous.
But yeah, no,
Oh.
like I was just gonna be a cook. Like I had that plan lined up. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna join the military. I'm gonna be a cook. I'm gonna have them send me to baking school. Become a master baker. Retire. Open up my own restaurant. Gucci.
That sounds like that's an achievable plan.
Super,
Like-
super legitimate plan.
Right.
And yeah, somehow I ended up being in college, and here I am. And like those are like my 3 what ifs. Well, my
Yeah.
2 what ifs compared to what I'm doing right now. It's like,
Yeah.
and I often joke about it. Like, had I joined the military, I'd be healthier, less in debt, and in better shape.
I mean, maybe.
But I would also be on a boat with a bunch of dudes
Right.
somewhere in the ocean right now, and
Have the potential of dying and
have the
like,
potential of dying.
Yeah, I mean, I can't think of another like point in my life that was like such a critical like besides like the whole like I hate everything comes back to band with me, but like
Always comes back to man.
The
I
whole-
mean, it is what it is.
I mean, because that was like the I don't think I told you this. When I was in 5th grade, like going into 6th grade, I was really into art.
Nice.
And like I still have my sketch pad.
Really
Yeah,
nice.
like from 5th grade. It's
Damn.
only halfway full.
Damn.
And I look at it every time I look at it. I've moved with it like
You just keep holding on to it.
how many times have I moved with that sketch pad? 7 times I think now.
Damn, son.
Move with it, and I keep it up. And I'm like, I'm gonna get back into this.
I get you, dude. No, I'm the same way. Like that.
Like I'm a crappy artist, but like, but maybe I had the potential of being a good artist.
I mean, had you put the same work ethic that you put in saxophone into art, would you be at the same level as an artist as you are as a musician?
Right, and that's another big what if is like, what if you we talk about with kids, like they have these dreams and stuff like that, and like you try not to like crush their dreams, but like you want to be like realistic with them, but also like, hey, want to try art?
Try it, man.
Go try it.
It's this weird. It's a weird back and forth, man. It really is. I don't know. What do you think, Aaron? Do you have any what ifs? Or you're just starting to figure out what's next? That's a weird place.
Yeah.
What's next?
I mean,
is that worse than what if?
No, because there's opportunity in it.
That's fair.
What if is like gone?
Huh?
It's at least somewhat hopeful. Yeah, because you can have a million what ifs.
That's true.
But you can only have one. What's next? I like that quote.
Bars.
I like what I just said.
That's a good one.
Do you ever look at something you say and go like, I like what I said?
Oh, all the time, dude.
There's literally a Facebook post we were in class and we had to write about like what is like quality music, and I said something really like
profound.
It was like a paragraph that was like really profound, and everyone in the class was like, yeah.
Word.
I was like, cool. So I posted it on Facebook because I was being like don't look at my Facebook. This is very
I'm the same way, dog. Every now and then I catch I was using Facebook as Twitter for a while.
Ooh.
It was gross.
Yeah, that was me back in middle school. It was like Twitter, and it was just like every single thing I'm feeling and need to say is.
Well, that's what Twitter used to be. That's the problem. Now it's a legitimate like news source apparently.
Yeah.
Which still just stresses me out because I remember hearing about like stupid stuff Andy Milonakis would say on Twitter. And like that's still in the back of my mind. I'm like,
Just anytime I open up Twitter, I just like click on the search and like look at trending, and I'm like, that's trending. Okay, cool. What about it? All right, cool. And then my news is done for the day.
That's fair.
But yeah.
I've been giving some bars to percussion lately. Something to the effect of, I was like, a lot of things in this world aren't black and white. Effort is not one of them. You either do it or you don't.
Yeah.
I was like, nice.
You're like, good.
Go me. Self 5.
I mean, to me, like one of my like favorite people, he's the head director at Liberty, Jamie Weaver. He every time he'd like say something or give like a speech or just like speak a word of wisdom, I was like, where'd you get that from?
Nice.
But I assume, and this is what I assume about most people now, as I've gotten older, is that anything that they say is just something that someone else or they thought of like years and years ago. They were like, bars. So they're
just bars. I'm gonna keep that in the back of my head.
Yeah, just keep it in the back, and then whenever you like 10 years later, you're standing in front of a band. All right, and then you see the effort quote, and you're like, oh snap! I knew it. I didn't even mean to do that. It just
dude.
Just what comes out.
That's weird. I haven't had when was the last time you had a what's next? Was it after we graduated?
Yeah. Because I didn't know where I was going to be working. Fair. Yeah, that was a hard. Well, no, I think the last time I had a serious what's next was after the first year of teaching. And we talked about that, like the whole like
mental health.
Yeah, like the thing of like, trying to quit and stuff like that. I was like, all right, what am I actually gonna do next year?
Yeah.
Like what's
That's true. I think that was the last what's next.
Because I know this year I'm just like, no, I'm just gonna do.
No,
I'm just gonna do what I do better, and like, it's not really much questions about it.
Like, we're just gonna do that thing, and we're gonna be good.
Like, there's no more big questions about it. It's just kind of, hey, I'm gonna do that again, right? Or do it a little better. It's fine. That comes from my. There's a quote from Winnie the Pooh.
Nice. Love a good Winnie the Pooh quote.
Love it. It's a forget what story it's from, but Piglet goes to Winnie the Pooh and says, "Pooh, what day is it?" And Pooh says, "Today." Love that.
Hell yeah.
That's so pure. Love just being like,
yeah. It's wild the amount.
Who cares?
It's wild the amount of nuggets there are in all those kids shows,
like,
kids movies, kids books.
All like the kids stuff is so like so pure. Like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood and like all that stuff. Like it's so
the Lorax.
Dude,
take care of the earth, bro.
Like just like some good stories or like I think that's what's needed. Is just like a really good story of just like, hey, do this thing well or be kind or a universal thing. We need more of those. We need more good stories.
I'd like to write a kids book someday.
I don't have the patience for it.
I don't know. I don't know why. Like, I don't think I do either. But the idea of writing a kids book just interests me more than like writing
like an actual story,
like a book,
like a novel or whatever.
Yeah,
I could write. I've been contemplating writing like novellas, like just writing like 10-page like, or not 10-page, like 60-page like just quick stories or whatever. Just like, oh, that was cool. Like,
yeah, I get behind that.
I don't know. That's writing's hard though.
It is hard. That was a really big talent I had in high school.
We'll have to talk about that one of these days. Is
writing.
like writing or I don't know.
I told you I'm a published poet, right?
No.
Yeah.
Did not know this.
That's my fun fact. Damn, I just put my like. I put. Anytime I go on a date, anytime I like meet somebody new and they like tell me something interesting about yourself, it's always published poet. Yeah. Wrote a poem senior year of high school.
Tell me a fun fact about yourself. Yeah. Should go up to Kelsey and be like, Kelsey, tell me a fun fact about yourself. She would love that.
Word. You got any profound questions for two dudes that don't really know anything that's going on with the world, but you want to get our opinion on it anyways?
Not off the top of my head.
Not off the top of your head.
Sure, I think something.
That's fair. That's another weird thing about just being as you age. It's just like you realize nobody really knows what's going on. We're just hoping that the thing that we feel is the right thing to do.
Let me tell you, the amount of people I thought had their stuff together when I was like a freshman in high school.
Bruh.
Dude, I was looking at those like seniors in high school. I was like, wow, they have a job at Chick-fil-A. They can play their instrument really well.
They're sitting in wind ensemble. They got a job.
Dude.
They got a car.
What? They had a car. Like the amount of like things looking at that now, I'm like, oh, none of those people have their lives together.
No, God no.
Like even
God no.
Even now, they don't still have their lives together. Like
no.
It takes a while to get your life together.
And even then, you never really do.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's people that are like in there, like they're retiring, and they're like, oh yeah, I still don't know how to like. I really don't know how to do this. Like, I'm just kind of I've been kind of doing what kind of like we talked about like just a minute ago. Like, I've been kind of doing what I do, and
just hope that it works out, man.
Like, just hope that it's good. If it's not, then try again. Like, the amount of people that we think have their stuff together.
It's weird, man.
No one really has their. But I think that's the kind of going back to the topic that like this whole episode was about. Like, I don't think any of those people, like the people that you think like have their life together or whatever, I think you're just seeing them at like, it sounds weird, your nexus point, wherever you're at right now, you're just seeing them after that. Like whatever big choice you're making right now, you're just seeing them after
their equivalent of theirs in their life.
Right.
Why is it theirs?
Theirs
in their life.
You said it too many times now, so it sounds weird in your head.
It sounds weird in my head.
It's like bowl.
No, I think the people I view, I agree with what you said, but I think the people I view that have their life together are the people that exude peace with like themselves
Oh.
and allowing the things that are going on around them to happen.
Instead of like trying to like force them.
Things, yeah.
Yeah.
Like those are the people that have their stuff together. Like shout out like Rhonda.
Right.
Like she's very just like zen with where she like again assuming.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to Rhonda in a while, but like
Well, dude, I just watched this movie, Palm Springs. It's got Andy Samberg and your girl Kristen Melody, the mother from How I Met Your Mother.
yes. Oh yeah, I did. I just saw that.
Dude.
That it's
Wait,
like a.
did you see that?
No, I saw a commercial
Yeah.
for it. Isn't it just like a?
It's like an hour 20.
Groundhog's Day
Yeah,
type deal.
and like J.K. Simmons is in it too, and like he had this quote in it where like of course like he gets stuck in the time loop too with them, and he lives in a different he lives in Van Nuys. They're in Palm Springs, but he lives in Van Nuys. He travels there that day.
Nice.
So he can stay in Van Nuys if he wants to. And he had a quote in there. He was just like, you need to find your Van Nuys. Find your place where you're happy to be there every single day.
Huh.
Like, you could literally, like, his kids never grow old. His I'm not going to say the actual thing, but his son is watering a dog poop. And he's just like, he just gets to see that every day. You got to find your Van Nuys. You got to find a place that you're just like, man, I'm happy to do this all the time. I'm happy to. I think that's what all these nexus points like lead us to.
Yeah,
like, they lead us to a
at
point.
least hopefully they do.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't want to get to. I wouldn't want to get to like 50 something and be like, I need to keep doing something. Like, I need to get to the point where I'm just like, you know, got to find my Van Nuys and just be like, all right,
Just be content with it. Yeah, man.
yeah, because I think that's where that peace comes in. It's just like, I found my Van Nuys. I'm good here.
I think part of it's just accepting it. I think it's a big part. Is that,
Yeah.
Again, like I
Yeah.
said, people that are just at peace with like, this is what's going on. Word.
Yeah, and there's nothing really like cosmically you can't like fix it.
Yeah.
It's just like
It is what it
it's
is.
like no, we're I mean, yeah.
It is what it is.
like we're here now. It is what it is. Let's just keep doing it.
Yeah.
Like that's definitely a moment. I'm hoping. I'm hoping that. I think those big decisions. I'm hoping they. I don't know if I'm hoping they stop, but I'm hoping we find a point where we can like be like at peace with them. Just be like, hey, I don't need to make any more.
I hope they become less existential.
Yeah, that'd be nice. It'd be like hopefully that like. Well, I think that's just like how life works. Like you just because you kind of start off with like, all right, well, hopefully I won't drop this baby on its head because it could be either be a president or be
immediately
working.
went to the baby. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I mean, yeah. I get what you're saying. Like God, yeah.
It could be a president or it could be like serial killer. I don't know.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of a.
I was gonna say lawn care worker, but I enjoy doing lawn care.
Say.
But I was dropped on my head, so shit. Oh well.
But yeah, like I don't. I think those points they start off being existential, and then eventually we get to the point where it's just like, all right, I'm doing good. Where my kid goes to college.
Do you think it becomes less existential as you get older because the life choices you make are just becoming less big, or are you making them less big on your own? Does that make sense?
Well, yeah, I think the way you're thinking of is like you have the wisdom to make them not as big in your life, because remember everything that we were doing when we were 16 was the biggest deal ever.
Yeah.
So eventually, when you're like 60 something, it's like it's not really that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Like, it's not really, you know, maybe those things back then aren't really that, like those, like,
They aren't that big of a deal, but in that time they felt like
right.
world shattering. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's those two things of like, you know, like, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, what side of that I'm on is like, are we full on with like those things matter?
Yeah.
Or are we just like, they don't really matter that much, or they don't have as much significance as we like to put on them.
In a clear way of saying what I said is like, are they a big deal because they're a big deal, or are they a big deal because you're making them a big deal?
Right.
Huh.
Yeah, and I don't know.
I don't know either. I think that's a good way to end it.
Yeah, we'll figure that out later.
Yeah. Sit on that. Marinate.
All right. Well,
give us your opinions in the comments.
Oh
God, I still hate how people sign off from shows.
It's one of those, you gotta do it.
I know you gotta do it.
But it's just...
But I'm not going to. So peace.